The 9 masks explored affect both men and women alike, and that we wear these masks at different points of our lives. With implications on our most intimate relationships, the masks also inhibit us from obtaining our full potential. What are masks? Howes defines the masks of masculinity as a cover or partial cover men use as a disguise. Conditioned to push and numb feelings. The book is framed with a key male pain point. Success doesn't necessarily bring fulfillment and happiness. Nor does success solve problems or cure inner loneliness and confusion. People, and particularly men, feel trapped. They stuff emotions into a box, becoming masks over time that work until they don't. The belief is that men know what they need to do, they just don't know how to. Masks serve as a way to hide, an armor to shield away from hurt, pain, and humiliation of not being enough. Unlocking these masks requires an incredible unlearning of what it means to be a man and a woman, unashamed and raw with each other and the world. 1. The Stoic Mask. Every man must be invulnerable and tough. Emotions must be suppressed. No crying, no fuming. A wall is put up to protect him from the world. Weakness is an invitation for scrutiny, judgment, and rejection. Synonymous with being a hero, leader, and warrior, the Stoic mask is about being strong. The need for toughness eventually suffocates all other emotions. Males carry this tendency from a young age, preventing open conversations. Subsequently, this creates a negative feedback loop, thickening up the walls around them and keeping them isolated. Blocking others out shuts off true authenticity and vulnerability, removing the ability to love or be loved. The Stoic front doesn't disallow positive relationships with other males, and men in relationships tend to rely on females in their life. Men therefore experience more happiness in relationships, but also suffer the consequences of them failing more acutely. The same support networks don't exist. Unlocking the Stoic mask. Expose what pain you're trying to cover up. Journal the 5 biggest pains of your life. Read these out loud. Share them with others. This is where healing occurs. Seek a professional to help deal with these emotions. 2. The athlete mask is how a man distinguishes himself on the field or court. He is a modern-day gladiator whose weapon isn't death, but domination. A false belief that masculinity is tied to physical performance. The athlete mask is a projected persona tied to a male's identity. Athleticism and physicality are used to derive self-worth, a prowess that comes crashing down if they aren't able to perform. Men learn to normalize pain like a man and suffer through because obtaining validation contributes to a healthy self-image. Men who aren't able to compete bond vicariously with other men through an obsession of sports. However, this becomes an issue when the bondage turns into competitiveness in other facets of life. Significant others are seen as competition, not a team, where winning becomes more important than being kind. Freeing the athlete mask. Figure out what's out of balance and focus on all levels of health: mental, physical, and emotional. Place emphasis on relationships, family, friends, intimate. Maintain a healthy balance of wealth, finance, career, education, and business. Ensure you are contributing and making an impact. Seek to challenge your comfort zone. Place yourself in different situations to learn and grow. 3. The material mask. Worth comes from money in the bank account. A man's net worth becomes his self-worth. Historically, a man's worth was derived from his ability to provide. Men with the most resources were the most attractive, and not having resources was shameful. Framing the material mask is what compels men to believe in things not truly beneficial to their real, lasting self-confidence. Driven by insecure scarcity, a continual chase for more is never enough. Releasing the material mask. Build room for gratitude. Journal. Share and ask what you're grateful for each day. Know that you don't need everything to be enough. Acknowledge daily what you're grateful for in others. Be a winner not by your physical accomplishments, but what value you provide for others. Frame yourself as, how do I want to show up in the world? 4. The sexual mask. A man is defined by his number of sexual conquests. It validates him. Relationships are for quitters and settlers. Men's need for women derives from a sense of helplessness, used to gratify physical needs or validate insecurities of feeling desired. A never-ending trophy hunt. Winning is perceived as adding another person to a tally. The numbers are not about intimacy, but arithmetic used to feed his ego. Shyer males or males who struggled in adolescence sometimes feel the need to play catch-up. The problem occurs later in life when this becomes a vicious cycle, forging a constant state of emptiness. Strongly correlated to the desire of forbidden fruit, men feel trapped not because of endless choice, but because they can't choose either way. To be in or out completely, driven for more and better. Fear sprouts from feeling controlled, stagnant, or smothered. Shedding the sexual mask. Understand that freedom exists in commitment, making a choice. Sexual masks are scripts of life, not truths. Learning that opening up, being expressive, and caring allows for even better intimacy, emotional and sexual. Working together with intimate partners. Avoidance makes things deeper and more problematic. What are you avoiding? What past pains are you still holding on to? 5. The aggressive mask. It's in men's nature to be violent, tough, and never back down. When they see something they want, they take it. They are hunters, not gatherers. The aggressive mask is about dishing out pain to others, distracting from a deeper pain within. Male aggression becomes an outlet, a character-defining release for pain, sadness, anger, and anxiety. Unaddressed pain is masked in aggression, closely tied to the athlete mask. Aggression is seen as nurture backwards. Taught from a young age, males learn that aggression is the only effective way to deal with things. Surrendering the aggressive mask. Explore different experiences to comprehend that being competitive is not the same as being. Challenge yourself to learn about anger and drop it where necessary. Being compassionate with yourself first allows compassion for others. Cultivate characteristics that allow positive outlets for anger. Exercise, passion projects. Have safe aggression objects. Screaming room or punching pillow. Incorporate peaceful affirmations. Uncover the source of repressed anger. 6. The Joker mask. Men require humor and wit. Cynicism and sarcasm are intellectual weapons to defend against attempts to soften him or connect with him. Deflecting on a man's inner pain, the Joker mask focuses light on others. Masked as a defense mechanism of humor and sarcasm, a sense of worthlessness is highlighted. Conversations only touch surface level, as saying something honest or authentic would be seen as too vulnerable. Jokes are used to relieve awkward tension, but also reduce perceived risk of getting hurt, because relationships are always at arm's length. Building a cocoon that devalues emotional or relational desires. The Joker mask leaves men unequipped to deal with deeper issues. Losing the Joker mask. Before the temptation to make a joke, connect with presence in the relationships and environment you're in. Be emotionally conscious of others that use this mask as well. What are they protecting? 7. The invincible mask. Men do not feel fear. They take risks and live on the edge. They are too busy outdoing, not thinking of consequences. Created by competitiveness, the invincible mask thrives off challenge, the need to win and live life on the edge. However, seeking external power frequently through accomplishment leads to bad decisions and neglect. The belief of invincibility turns men into machines who don't consider consequences or costs. Feeling unstoppable covers up pain of insecurity and the fear of failure. In modern culture, invincibility isn't just about extreme sports. It stems to daily life, taking risky professional gambles, overworking, pushing yourself for more, and a never-ending quench for success. Letting go of the invincible mask. Do not ignore underlying warning signs. Exhaustion, instinct, what others say. Are you burning yourself out? Take time to unveil what is special about you. Where do you get your sense of belonging? What other ways can you create adrenaline without detrimental affects? 8. The know-it-all mask. Men must intellectually dominate. They know all the answers. Believing if I'm smart, they'll like me. The know-it-all mask validates a male's intelligence. Know-it-alls live conversations with a prepared script, often forgetting the most important element, the other person. The need to be intelligent overcompensates for the fact that we all don't know everything in life and are trying to figure it out. Signs of ignorance are treated as weakness. Giving up the know-it-all mask. Admit you don't know what you're doing. It's more impressive than men who think he's got all the answers. Admitting you don't know gives you strength to grow and learn. Having humility to grow means people will be willing to listen. Be flexible to new opinions, ideas, and strategies. Acknowledge change is constant. 9. The alpha mask. There are only two types of men, alphas and betas. Winners and losers. Men must dominate and win everything. They don't defer, but always remain in control. Rooted within a male's ego, the alpha mask is used to exert their strength and presence. Alphaness is caused by insecurity, with vulnerability overshadowed by outward pride. The alpha mask believes that anything that doesn't demonstrate a level of strength and dominance is weakness and will result in intolerable exclusion. The sole source for the alpha mask is validation in himself, his abilities, and what he has achieved. Dissolving the alpha mask. Differentiating between the different types of alpha. Are you leading in a positive way, to create change or impact others? Or is your need to be in control and over others about ego? Understand whose opinions really matter to you. True worth is becoming well-rounded in all facets of life. The more well-rounded you become, the more attractive you will be. True worth isn't just about exceeding in one aspect of life. The power of melting masks. Howes notes that there is no be-all resolution to these masks, but that it is a constant work in progress. Males, and can wear multiple masks in different periods of life, with masks overlapping and reinforcing each other. Removing the false masks of masculinity is discovering yourself and owning up to what you find. Howes defines masculinity as freedom, the ability to serve and contribute to others, adding value, inspiring, and building positive relationships with constant win-win. Freedom within masculinity fosters happiness and fulfillment. Female sign what it means for women. So far, the 9 masks covered have been mostly applicable to men. However, what is the benefit for females? Women, too, can wear these masks and better understanding the men in our lives. Colleagues, mentors, partners enables the possibility of creating and maintaining great relationships. When facing a man wearing one or multiple masks, women are encouraged to lead by example, demonstrate how openness, vulnerability, and sharing emotions is not a bad thing. When the males in your life do so, respond well to it. Acknowledge non-material and non-physical traits you appreciate in that man. Be grateful for how they support you, not just what they provide. Support a man's vision. What drives him? What gets him up in the morning? Understanding his mission will allow better understanding of him. Acknowledge how jokes or deflection makes him lose credibility and trustworthiness. Be firm with your own points of view and communicate that it's not always about knowing everything or being right.